Welcome into the PHNX Coyotes post-game show brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah Merrill here with C. Peters. Craig will be joining us shortly. And we are back. It feels like we're back at the beginning of the season with all these losses in a row. This was the third, six-game losing streak or more of this season, which is a lot. The fourth of 5 or more games in a row. So we're familiar with this position, but it doesn't make it any more enjoyable. Yeah. But I mean, the point.
We just did this 24 hours ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we sat here and said 24 hours from now this was going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Against a team that's rested at home with 2 of the top scorers in the league, 2 of the top players in the world. Playing Vejmelka on a back-to-back, all of the things led us to say this was going to be tough, and in fact it was.
Yeah, it was a brutal 6-1 loss. Let's just get the numbers over with.
Let's get them out of the way.
6-1. But honestly, you look at the Coyotes shots on goal, 32 in the end against to Edmonton's 42. If you just look at those two things, like, honestly, for the Coyotes to put up 32 shots against Edmonton, great for them. 1 for 4. The Coyotes column looks great. 1 for 4 on the power play, 52% in the faceoff circle. But then you go to the other side. The Oilers were 1 for 3 on their power play. They had 42 shots and 6 goals on 42 shots. And granted, one of them was against Tkachuk in the third. But so for 5 goals on Vejmelka across 2 periods, I can't even do the math fast enough, but it was still a lot of shots. But not great numbers for Veggie and not great numbers overall.
No, and the last time the Coyotes put up 32 shots was in the end of February against Vegas. It's been over a month since they were able to put up 32 shots. So we talked about last night their inability to shoot the puck, their inability to create offense, and we said they needed more shots. Well, they did that, and some of them were high danger. I felt like they had some chances. Keller had the one that, we debated, was it in, was it not in? And I wish we would have got a little better look at the overhead, but clearly it wasn't in, or they would have called it in. They had some chances. Phil Kessel was around it again.
Phil Kessel wants one so bad.
He's so snake bit right now. I don't know what he's got to do. I don't know how many shots he had tonight.
He needs to go to some
cleansing.
Yep,
he's got to cleanse.
Yeah, something.
Maybe that's what he's got to do, because it says he had 3 attempted shots tonight, but only 1 on net. But he just felt like he was around it. He was going to get one, and he just didn't. I don't know. I just never felt like this was going to be a win for the Coyotes. When you see the schedule, 3 and 4 back to back, traveling east to west,
brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal.
But it sucks because last night was a 2-1 loss in overtime. It was a more competitive game. We left that one feeling like, okay, there's some team morale because they sent it to overtime and almost got it done. Got better as that game went on yesterday, and this game just felt the opposite. It just was deflating. Like, there was never a moment that the Coyotes felt in this game, because McDavid scored 4 minutes in, and there was turnover after turnover after turnover.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting out of their zone tonight. It just, again, we talk about the energy, and it's hard to have energy. This team needs to play with speed and energy, and when they don't, they can't compete. And I know the shots were there, but I just never felt, again, like they got their motor running on this game where they were playing fast, because Edmonton had the puck too much. Well, until the third period. And I guess that's part of the reason the shots are where they are, is thanks to Evander Kane. If not for Evander Kane, the shots would probably be a little different, because you go to the third period, the Coyotes outshot them 10-7 because
they're on the power play like half the period.
He was over a third of the period. He was in 6 minutes. He had 8 minutes total and 6 in the first 10 minutes of the third. Like
he couldn't even get back to the bench in time before he was getting called.
No, he started the period on the ice, gets a penalty, to the box, gets out of the box, gets a penalty, goes back in, comes out of the box, he never made it back. The coach couldn't bench him because he never made it back to the bench.
But the Coyotes didn't score on. But the Coyotes didn't score on any of those power plays.
6 of the first 8 minutes of the period, they had a 5-on-4 advantage. There were one more player than the other team for 6 of the first 8 minutes of the period, and you don't score. But that's why the shots start to look like they started to get back a little more reasonable because of the first 10 minutes of the period, and you're playing with an extra player. So yeah, Evander Kane tried to make it close by himself, but it wasn't enough. And it went to the power play numbers. If they can capitalize on that, you capitalize on 2 of the 3. One, a way to keep teams from taking penalties and being chippy and physical against you is to score on the power play, because then you can't afford to keep taking penalties. I mean, they're 1 for 4, I guess. It wasn't. At least they got a power play goal, but you'd like to see them get one. You'd like to see them get one.
But if you're like, the power play goal was their only goal, so it like feels like nothing. Yeah. But let's pull up your keys, because literally as we're watching, oh, that's a key. Oh, that's a key down. That's a key down.
I mean, I know I'm oversimplifying these all the time, and I know you could say this about every single game, but when you play the best player in the world, Connor McDavid, and he might not be leading in goals right now, but he's the best player in the world. When he's on the ice, he's on the goddamn ice. So the very first shift of the game, there are 2 Coyote players outside of the offensive blue line. They're going on an offensive rush. Guess what? The puck never left the zone. And guess who is standing in front of the net by himself? Connor frickin' McDavid. Well, you cannot win if you are not aware that he's on the ice. I'm sorry. You just won't win. So if he's on the score sheet, you're more than likely going to lose. That's just analytics. That's statistics. So you need to stop him. They didn't 5 minutes into the game. Pucks and people to the net to create offense, only on the power play. I thought that only happened on the power play. I didn't see them 5-on-5 generating enough offense, and no penalties. Well, I mean, yeah, they had 4? No, they had 3, because one was a.
But they scored. But they scored
right away on a power play goal in the first period. So
that was a good sigh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I know we're oversimplifying the keys. You could literally say most of those keys on any game gets pucks and people to the net. But compared to where they were earlier in this trip, where they haven't created any offense, they needed to create offense, and they just couldn't do that. And the Connor McDavid one, I don't care. Like, I'll say this over and over again. When you're playing the best player in the world, he's there. That's it. Like, I watched Minnesota play Colorado last night. So when McKinnon's on the ice, they put Jonas Brodin, their best defenseman, on Nathan McKinnon, and he follows him around the ice. Guess what? McKinnon doesn't score then. I mean, it's oversimplifying, but just be aware when he's on the ice. And that's why I was frustrated. Sometimes you need to adjust your game when you're playing against different types of teams, and the Edmonton Oilers is a different type of team. So I'd like to see them adjust. I'm sorry. No, I'll turn it positive.
No, we can. It's okay to be negative. They lost 6 games in a row. That's brutal.
Yeah,
and it's so funny because when we were on that road trip and they were winning a lot, we were like, stop. We need to get back to the Coyotes losing, and now they're losing a lot. It's like, no.
I know. You're gonna win in there now.
Well, and also it's just a brutal loss. They lost 6-1. This is now the 3rd time this season they've lost to the Oilers by at least 5 goals. Or no, not by 5. Sorry, that the Oilers have scored 5 goals or more on them. Sorry,
and again, you look with what the Coyotes are putting on defense. They're playing young defense. They're injured in the back end. Lawson Krause gets hurt in the second period, and he's a big piece of their offense. And honestly, we talked about the power play, or I talked about the power play. Lawson Krause was missing for that entire first or the third period. Does he help them in the third? Maybe generate some more offense? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we haven't seen the spark of offense that we did when they were out east. And I don't mean the 30% shooting percentage. I don't mean that. I just mean where they seem like they're skating fast and moving the puck well. It hasn't clicked since that Eastern trip. I hope they get it back. Again, we got a jumble of lineup again. Unique's in tonight. Beagle didn't play on the back-to-back. The one bright spot, if we can find bright spots, I liked Hayton with Michelli and Carconi again.
Yeah.
We talked about it last night. Mm-hmm. I thought they at least had an offensive zone time, and there was a little threat to score with them. I say ride this line the rest of the way. Let them play together. I think they bring that youthful energy. I thought they looked good. I thought they were around the net. I would keep them together. Other than that, I offensively, Kessel snake bit. I think Keller looked great on the power play.
28th goal of the season for Keller.
He's going to hit 30.
That's amazing. The Coyotes haven't had a 30-goal scorer, since Verbato?
That's unreal. Craig will have to get the actual year. Do you know the year? It's been a long time.
When was the last time Verbato was even on the team?
Yeah, it was 2014, 15.
So
it's been a long time.
A while. And Keller was scoreless for 2 straight games before this for the first time since December. And I talked about it last night. Keller's kind of been quiet. So glad to see him back on the score sheet. Hopefully this.
And he should have had 2 or could not should have. Not should have. That's not fair. Almost had 2. Because that was very close to going in on that other one. And again, he's been the guy driving the offense the entire season. And we talk about Kessel not being able to score. He's still distributing the puck well on the power play specifically. He can zip the puck around. So he gets the assist. Gostisbehere, who I said earlier, gosh, he's kind of gone quiet. He gets the other assist. So the guys that should be at the top of the offense for this team and leading the way are on the score sheet tonight. So that part is good. The other one to me, and we'll talk more about it. I guess I'll save it for Craig. We'll talk about the goaltending situation tonight, but we'll save it for when Craig comes in.
Charles said pretty sure that was the 11-12 season when Burby hit 30 or plus. So that's 10 years ago.
That is a long time ago.
Like for a team to not have a 30 goal scorer for that long.
30's a lot.
Yeah,
like, but when's the last time they had a 20?
Draisaitl just got his 48th.
Yeah, 48th? Oh, jeez.
And Matthews.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
It's insane. So, yeah. But I guess we'll try and turn it a little bit positive. So we'll crown our DraftKings King of the game. And I think it's pretty obvious. Clayton Keller, 1 goal.
There it is.
King.
Look at that stat line. 1 goal.
Yeah. Come on, Keller. Keep it rolling because we need some positivity in here. It's getting a little sad.
Yeah, but we talked about shots again last night. And both Schmaltz and Keller had 5 shots on goal tonight. So, I mean, they're trying to get the offense back on track. I tell you what, they're going to have a lot of games in very few nights in the next few weeks.
Man.
The games are fast and furious right now. I mean, San Jose Wednesday, it's a quick turnaround. They're going to fly late tonight. They'll get tomorrow off, and then it's another game day, and those are hard to prepare for. San Jose is another team that gets a lot of pucks to the net. You know, you look at Brent Burns, he fires the puck a lot. Hurdle, like they're an offensive, high-powered offense. They better get back to the things that were successful for them when they were winning, and that's skating and getting pucks to the net. And I'm just afraid that after 3 and 4 in Canada and a travel day, that it's going to take them a little while to get their engine started on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
And they have the day off tomorrow, but they'll probably have a morning skate on Wednesday. But let's actually pull up the upcoming schedule so you can see the number of games coming up. That's an obscene number. That's 8 games in 14 days.
That's a lot of games.
That's just a lot of games.
And this is just the pace.
And this is the end of the season where you've already played 65 games. It's like you're exhausted. And did we determine if they're officially eliminated from playoff?
I haven't seen it. I haven't had a chance to look.
Okay, well, if
it's a matter of this game or the next game, depending on head-to-heads. Yeah, so, they may have been eliminated tonight.
Look, Craig snuck in behind the graphic. Welcome in, Craig.
Wow. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
Sounds there's some concern that Lawson Krause could be out long term.
No.
With his injury, that's a tough one.
Did they say how or what? Just upper body?
That's not good news.
No, not good news for the Coyotes. It's not good news for Lawson, who's having a really good season. Had really emerged and taken advantage of the opportunity. I know there's not a lot of games, but you would have loved to see him finish it out and continue that momentum. We'll see. I mean, it's not definite yet. There'll be more evaluation, but André sounded concerned in the postgame, so
that's bad news.
Yeah.
This game from the midway through the second to the end, he just wanted it to end. And then when you hear the news about Krause, it's like you just want to get through the game unscathed.
Yeah.
And they didn't, so that's a bummer.
Yeah. André also talked about the decision to play Karel Vejmelka. You know, they talked to him. They thought he felt good. Of course, a goalie's going to tell you he wants to play every night. But, you know, he said he's our best player. That's the reason why he gave us a chance to win yesterday. He wanted to play. I'm not sure I agree with it entirely. I think you gotta manage your goaltenders, your workload, and I thought they should have started Kozhinosh tonight. It was a tough night to be in net against the Oilers. The Coyotes just didn't have it, and André said just said it succinctly. We had a bad game. So,
well, Craig, I want to get first J2 Houlihan just put up all the math, and they are eliminated.
Okay.
Because of the head-to-heads between Vegas and Vancouver.
That's what I figured, yeah.
One of them has to win those games, and if one of them wins the games, you can't get no points, so they're out.
I got my figs ready for afterward, by the way.
So that's true, but I know I go on my little side rants. I'm going to be careful. So I'll preface it with a deep breath and cleanse.
Petey side?
I'm not sure on the goaltending decision. And it goes deeper than just he's our best player and gives us a chance to win. To me. And again, I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not in the room. I'm not making these decisions. But what's the upside? You've got a guy that's played 2 games in 48 hours or 72 hours, going west to east in Canada, faced an unbelievable amount of rubber over those 2 games. What's the upside here of playing him in Edmonton? I don't. So he battles him to what he did tonight. Even if he keeps it close and it's 3-2, 2-1. For what end game? I'm just struggling to see, like, the downside is he gives up 5 in 20 shots and gets pulled, hurts his confidence, gets injured.
Yeah. Yep.
What if he gets injured? Now we got 17 games to go, and now there's no Vejmelka, and Harry Satteri's not here yet, and Kozhinish hasn't played a 60-minute game in the NHL in years. So I guess I'm just struggling to see, even if he's a miracle worker, makes 50 saves and you get 2 points.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah, and he did say, we're going to play every game to win. I mean, I think you can still have that attitude through the rest of your team, but again, with all that we know from sports science now and load management for goalies, it's become a big deal about managing the workload for goalies. And I don't see how a guy can play in Winnipeg one night, face 73 shot attempts, get on a plane, fly halfway across Canada, and then jump in net again. I don't
know. I'd like to do this.
I don't agree with the decision either.
From teams that are trying to scratch and claw their way into the playoffs, and there are many of those teams in the Western Conference. I bet you, like, I'm gonna have to go look now. I am gonna go look and to see how they're managing their goalies. Like, are they running their guy? Like Kemper and Francouz just split their last 2 games for Colorado, and they're first in the West.
No, what we saw is unusual. You
but
just
again,
don't see that.
To what end? Are they trying to make the playoffs?
Yeah,
Like, what do those 2 points get them?
Yeah.
Closer to Seattle?
Yeah.
Like, I am sorry. I'm sorry I'm being so negative here.
Okay, we have a positive second half.
We did have
we
a
just
positive.
have to get over
I'm with you, Petey. You saw
again,
my tweets. I wondered about the decision all along.
Now he's sitting on the bench in the 3rd period getting his ass kicked. He gave up 5 goals in 2 periods going, oh, shit.
Right. Doesn't help your confidence.
And then they put Kozhinish in, like, to rest Vejmelka when they could have just rested him the whole time.
And it makes you wonder, are they going to come back with Vejmelka against the Sharks on Wednesday? And listen, that's not an easy situation either. You're talking 3 and 4. He gets 1 day of rest. They're going to be off tomorrow. And then you come right back at it again. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I guess.
And I know they're trying to find out some things about Vejmelka and what he can handle, but I don't know. You still have to listen to sports science. You still have to listen to what the data say.
Will Harry Satteri play when he gets here? Yeah.
He will, but he's going to have to practice with the team before he plays.
Right.
They're not going to throw him right in net when he arrives off the plane.
Yeah.
There's only, what is it now, 16 games
left?
left?
16 games left. And you know what? I understand. See what he got, throw him out there, sign his contract. That's his job to play. I get all those things. I really do. I'm just trying to wrap my head around why today. And when the score kept running up, I'm going, why is he out there?
Yeah.
They're just, I'm not a goalie coach in the National Hockey League. I'm not a head coach in the National Hockey League. I sit here and talk about hockey. It's really easy to do from here. So I want to say that first. It is easy to sit here and talk about it. They're in the room. They're fighting for their jobs. They have to make the decisions that they think is giving their team the best chance to win. And that's what they went with. I understand that. I'm also here to look at the other side of things. And I just wonder what that decision looked like in the last 24 hours. And I heard you ask the question yesterday to André in the press conference, and he was really evasive. Like, there's a chance he plays. Like, it was like they were thinking about it then already. And I see that when your goalie makes 15 saves. I've seen that.
Sure.
Or if you got a 4:00 game and an 8:00 game, I've seen that too.
Or you're going from Anaheim to LA.
Again, absolutely. That makes a difference how far you're traveling. This one, to me, it just
2 time zones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I
I
think we've beaten that dead horse.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry that it's been.
Thanks, Nick. Glenn Hall, 500 straight games. And without a mask. So suck on that one.
I'm telling you, goalies are a different breed.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Did you guys talk about Evander Kane?
And you know what, Nick? They did not. Yeah, we did.
You
But
get the
you
Evander
could
Kane.
give your 2 cents.
No, it's fine. I'm sure you covered it. Wow.
We did.
Speaking of what would you do if you were a coach?
Yeah.
But you can't bench him. You can get over here to bench him. No, when he's back in the penalty box. You can't even bench the guy.
But the Coyotes couldn't even score on any of those power
Imagine
plays.
that in the playoffs. That kind of
Oh my
lack
goodness.
of discipline.
Yeah.
How that could hurt him in the playoffs.
And
Listen,
honestly,
Edmonton's going to have all the challenges it needs already with Mikko Koskinen in net. Sorry, Dave Tippett was right. Mikko Koskinen cannot lead the Edmonton Oilers anywhere. They've got a lot of challenges. They don't need Evander Kane adding to it.
He almost took a fourth.
Yeah.
He could have had a high sticking on Capobianco as he's coming off the ice. He could have had 4 penalties without ever getting to the players' bench, and I haven't even seen that in Pee Wees.
Yeah, that might be unprecedented.
Like
yeah,
that might
seriously.
be unprecedented. Like
That's great.
that's phenomenal. And I know the coach is sitting there, but I'll get you, you dastardly dog, and he couldn't even get to the bench.
What was that?
You just-
Like,
okay,
he can't even get to the bench.
Sean, we're isolating that clip. Dastardly dog. That's the first. I haven't heard that
But
before.
no, because they kept
I'm
showing
gonna
the
add it
coach.
to the
He's
soundboard.
so
You
mad.
think that's what he said?
I think it was.
I think
can
word
read his
for
lips.
word.
Did you guys talk about the Blackhawks yet?
No,
we
wait,
got
my
the bell.
prop. You all know this prop, don't you? The Blackhawks had a 3-0 lead on Vegas a couple
4?
days ago.
Oh,
No, going
sorry.
going backwards.
Yeah, after 2
confusing
periods.
all the-
And I tweeted Leah and Petey saying, you see, the Blackhawks are crushing Vegas. Like 2 minutes after my tweet, the game was tied, and the Blackhawks ended up losing that game. Well, they had a 4-0 lead against Buffalo
4.
tonight, and they lost that game on
The
maybe the worst goal I've
stupidest
ever
goal I've
seen.
ever
So
seen with
I feel
10
like I got to ring
seconds
the
left.
cowbell.
Sorry, audio listeners.
Apologies.
That was insane.
If you haven't seen the winning goal in the Buffalo-Chicago game, Google it, tweet it, find it, because it is really, really
Yeah,
strange.
definitely watch the goal. You won't see anything like it. A broken stick, a bank off the end boards, and off the goalie and in.
Only in Chicago.
Called it.
Hey, the CHGO Blackhawks show is having a similar show to us.
We are going to do a show with them, and we're going to ask the question, whose situation is worse? Whose situation sucks more,
Wow.
yours or ours?
I've got my answer, but I'll save it for the
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll save that. Wow.
Although they can count their Stanley Cup rings as they're telling us.
They also
others
have an
it's not
arena.
that bad.
yeah,
Just saying.
very true.
And a good goal song.
Very true.
It annoys some people, but I think it's a good goal song.
Oh, really?
Chelsea
Right.
Dagger.
Oh, I
Yeah.
Chelsea
like
Dagger?
it.
I like it.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
Anthem
well,
singer?
the anthem tradition of singing.
The anthem tradition
Or
annoys
cheering?
people as well. They think it's disrespectful to cheer during the anthem. I think it's crazy.
But
You've been-
it's
I think
a
it's
tradition.
respectful of the nation. It's excitement. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think it's
I-
disrespectful?
I don't at all. No, I think it's crazy.
It's one of the.
Just call it
It's
disrespectful.
literally raises the hair on your arms.
It's amazing. It's an incredible
unbelievable
atmosphere.
sports
Now, I
moment.
will say that the anthem singer Jim Corneliuson, now I think I mispronounced his name, is not Wayne Messmer. Wayne Messmer was my favorite. The previous guy that they had.
How long have they had this guy? Did they have now?
He's been here several years now. I don't know when he
Who was
started.
2012?
2012.
Yeah, when
Trying to remember when
the
this guy
Coyotes
came in.
run to the playoffs, standing out
trying to
there.
remember if Wayne. I think Wayne Messmer was there for the first cup. I'd have to go back and look.
I was
Wayne
on the
Messmer,
bench in 2012.
There was
I run out
emotion
to
in
the
his
bench
voice. This
to
guy's
hear
more
that.
like a sort
Oh,
of.
he's a military guy.
Yeah, it's
He's a Marine.
military. It's a strong voice, but it's not the range
But
that
it's,
Wayne
but it's
Messmer
not
had.
his voice. That
We're talking about anthem singers in Chicago right now, by the way.
Well, do you want to talk more about Coyotes and not Oilers?
Not really.
No, I don't at all. Well, let's change.
Look at Karen. Even thought he was epic. There we go.
Let's change the vibes of our show because Shawn actually had a really great night on the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
he did.
Sean's on a little bit of a heater on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I have to thank Petey for it really, but I made 4 bets on tonight's game. I had the over 6.5 goals, goal in the first 10 minutes, McDavid anytime goal scorer, and the Oilers to win the first period and the game, which is a weird bet you can do on DraftKings because you can bet on just about anything on DraftKings, and all 4 of them hit. I think I made like $100-some today on DraftKings, so it was a very good day.
It's been a banner day for you overall, hasn't it?
What?
Yes,
Oh.
it has. I think
Yeah.
it's been a good
Oh
day.
yes!
Can we do that?
Yes, congratulations everyone to Shawn for officially being full time at PHNX, and
Hit
you'll
the
be
button, Sean. That's a
what? But what?
the applause one.
How about him saying?
Can't even understand that.
Yay!
And you'll be
Congratulations.
seeing many of his graphics across many
And
of the shows.
I will
on
say
this
this:
network.
with 1 month left to go in the hockey season, there's a very good chance we see a lot more of Sean in front of the
Very
camera
true.
in the next month.
Very
With
true.
Sean has
16
an
games
impressive
to go.
title too.
Yeah,
I can.
I feel like I need a new title after.
I'm going to the boss tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want a new title.
I know.
I don't have a
Want a new
title. They just said show up. I don't think I have a title.
show up. That
do.
too.
It doesn't say it on your paycheck.
It says some guy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Contributor. Like what's his? He's like lead director, manager of
Lead, like
graphics?
graphic production.
Wow, it's
I don't
fancy.
There's all
shit.
kinds of
There's some
fancy
weird
words, yeah.
stuff in there.
Graphic production lead.
There it
Oh,
is.
it is. See?
There it is.
And by the way, like 95% of the graphics on our show are created by Shawn.
He does a great job, and we're really glad he's here. And
Yes.
I'm glad they locked him up full time.
Very much so.
4.9% are created by Leah, and that one stick figure that you saw was mine.
Oh man, people are yelling at Shawn though for putting
the
Arizona
description.
Cardinals. in the
Arizona Cardinals.
description.
Listen, I'm not taking the blame for that. I may have done it originally, but I updated it, and the software that we use failed me.
Okay, the software.
Does it still say Arizona Cardinals?
I tried to fix it while we've been live.
It depends on where and who looks at it. But I wrote Arizona Coyotes.
His new title.
Lead, director, manager, production manager, and full-time lead. That sounds right, honestly.
That's about it.
Okay, well, Shawn, you need to start giving out your hockey picks in the members Discord because you're on a heater.
I am.
So, if you want to get on heater, go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use the promo code PHNX when you sign up. Bet $5 on any team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. Such a great way to get started. On the DraftKings Sportsbook app, you can bet on college basketball. The Final Four is this weekend, so will make the games a ton of fun, especially if you don't really have a rooting interest. You can also do same game parlays or combine multiple parlays from multiple games across multiple sports. There's just so much you can do on DraftKings, so use that promo code PHNX, bet $5 on any college hoops team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. That's 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Staying on positives, Seattle's up 3-1 on LA right now in the third period.
Nice.
So
Look at that.
if we pull up the standings and assuming LA wins, which I hope I just didn't curse that.
LA wins?
Seattle, look. I literally said I don't curse that, and I said the wrong
You
thing.
cursed it.
I cursed it. But if Seattle does win, that will put 3 points between Seattle and the Coyotes.
That's
and
significant this late in the season.
And Montreal has 47 points, and Arizona has 45. And Seattle, Montreal, and Arizona are all same games played. So
There it is.
The
16
the
games to
tank
play.
is alive and well.
Whew, and I'll have something on that tomorrow, by the way.
On the tank.
On
Yep.
GoPHNX.com.
On GoPHNX.com.
Look
Another
at that.
story coming tomorrow.
They've now taken over the lead. Oh, I better check it on goals differential
Have they?
in the
There it
West. In the West,
Okay. Montreal still leading overall.
Montreal still leads.
Okay.
They've taken over the West over Seattle because they were getting close there.
Another positive from tonight is that I finally cashed in
Oh.
on the wager.
Yeah. I mean,
By the way,
which-
you are the only other person that can say this.
opportunity.
Opportunity.
yeah, I can't even say it. Like
So-
after all this time of listening to him.
A slight recap was in the Coach André Tourigny interview. We had a wager. Whoever got asked the question that got him to say opportunity, and the way he says it, the other two would have to buy that person dinner. So let's watch the clip. And this clip is courtesy of our intern Emma edited this together for us. So let's check it out.
Playing against those guys will give him opportunity, will give him more opportunity to play with more, not less urgency, but less stress.
Wait a minute.
Harold, opportunity.
Opportunity.
Emma, fantastic
Yeah,
work.
that was good stuff.
It's really good
That was
stuff.
good stuff.
Opportunity. So Craig and Petey so generously bought us, not just me, but Shawn and Emma too, dinner, which we have a picture. This is us watching the game all together with our Italian food. What was on the pizza? Barbecue chicken, I believe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
barbecue
Yeah.
chicken pizza.
So we all got pasta, pizza, garlic bread. It was great. It made watching a 6-1 Coyotes loss in a row a little bit more bearable. So
Yeah.
that was a positive.
And the other positive was the food actually arrived thanks to Petey. Unlike Rosati's,
Yeah.
No-
we actually got our
no
food.
grudges.
No
I'll
grudges.
tell you what, if this job ends
Me
for
hold
me,
on to something.
and it may soon, who knows, with my rants, but I will not
Stop.
be an Uber Eats driver. Or that, no.
the traffic,
No.
driving in the parking
Rain,
lot.
parking, I couldn't get a goddamn spot. Then I finally get a spot.
Wait until
Then
you have
there's
to
a line
deliver
at
to
the
an
food.
apartment complex,
Oh,
and then it gets real hectic.
No.
Sean and I both have driven for DoorDash, and that is hell.
Hell
I've
no.
like cried in my car in apartment complexes trying to find
Find a
a
place?
unit.
Yeah, no.
When
So-
you order on a delivery app, this is my PSA. Give very specific instructions for
If
where
you
to
live in
go.
an apartment?
Yes.
If you live in an apartment, yeah.
Give like so specific that you feel like you're talking to like a kindergartner. That's how specific you need to be.
Because that's how hard it is.
It's,
And if you own an apartment complex, light up the numbers on the buildings at night so I can see where I'm going.
Building numbers. That's another thing. So I won't do that. You guys have done that. Won't. Done. That was one food delivery. That's it. I'm done.
well, thank you for delivering the food for tonight.
It was
Thank
good.
you
It was
for
good.
buying
It was
me dinner.
good company. It was good food. We had fun. And I think the game ended the way we all thought it would.
Yeah.
And now it's done. Like, it's
So now
done.
it's Sharks. Now we
Yep.
start thinking
It's
Sharks.
on to the
again.
Sharks.
Sharks and Ducks and so many others. There's so
Lions
many
and
games.
Tigers and
You already-
Bears.
you already covered Walt,
my.
too?
No, we were waiting for you.
Oh, that's nice. That was a good part of the day.
Yeah.
It
What
was a very early part of my day. I spoke to Keith Tkachuk at 6 a.m. today because, well, you gotta love this about Walt though. He had just gotten back from Calgary where he was watching Matthew play in a game. He got back to St. Louis and he was headed to the airport to fly to Nashville so he could watch Brady play the Predators in Nashville. And he arrived in Nashville, of course, on his birthday, which is a pretty good day, a pretty good place to spend your 50th birthday.
Yeah, milestone birthday.
Yeah, that is definitely
In
a milestone
Nashville.
birthday. Got a chance to chat with him for a while, and I think we have an excerpt from that interview
do.
right here.
We do.
Incredible. It just happened like that. You all of a sudden you're playing in Winnipeg, then next thing you know, you're moving everybody to Arizona and you're starting off fresh. It's crazy. The on-ice product was great. You just go out and play, but you're going to a place that they usually don't see hockey, and you had to do a lot of selling. And that's why having Jeremy Roenick on your team, there's no better, salesman than him. He did an excellent job, and there was always something going on there in Arizona. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Obviously, there's a soft spot in my heart because I did wear the jersey, and I spent a lot of time there with the combination of the Jets and the Coyotes. So I know a lot of people in that organization. Stability is at the top. You need good ownership, and now it seems like they have good ownership, but they didn't want to keep it there, but they got to find a place to play. And obviously, we had some good years there. We didn't have the elite years to win the Stanley Cup, but we always managed to be in the playoffs. We managed to have good teams that had a chance to do it. So I hope it gets back to that. There's a lot of work to it that goes into it. And obviously Stan and Denver Wilson, I've known the equipment manager for the Coyotes, and Tony Silva. Rich and Aaron, there's a lot of guys that I've known for a lot of years that are still plugging away there. Donor. So I wish them all the best, and I hope it gets back. It's just going to take some time, but in the salary cap era, it won't be too long. So I imagine things will get back, but it's a tough league, and you got to be ready to go.
What a unique person and player. First of all, he's the best player of this franchise. Jeremy Roenick's the best center. Keith Tkachuk's the captain. He was a 50-goal scorer, led the team to the playoffs. And you know what? He had a voice. And what's different about the game today than when he played, you could have a voice in the locker room. And you could tell a guy to his face what the hell he better do. And I tell you, when Keith Tkachuk stands up and tells you to do something, you better do it. He is frightening, and he'll back up his words. And you don't do that in the locker room. Now it's all, oh, it's okay, and everybody's okay. Pat the guy in the back, and you'll be okay. You get your trophy too. Wasn't like that with Keith Tkachuk. And the other thing Keith Tkachuk made sure is he took care of the people around the organization, the people that really did the work. He mentioned Stan and Denver Wilson. You take care of those guys. You don't throw your equipment on the floor and have them pick it up. You show respect to the people around you. You hang your gear up. You treat people the way you want to be treated. He was an outstanding captain, an outstanding hockey player, and one of the old school guys. And it's unfortunate that tradition hasn't carried on in the way, you treat the locker room. Unbelievable human being. And now he's got 2 boys playing in the National Hockey League. So testament to him.
I love that with Matthew and Brady. They're not just players. They're not just guys in the NHL. They're really good players. And that's a cool tradition.
And his daughter is an extremely
amazing
talented
field hockey
athlete.
player.
Yeah.
Playing at the University of Virginia.
What a family.
So seriously.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Unbelievable. Well, that was just an excerpt from a long interview that a lot of the stories from it, some really funny stories.
Yeah, Dallas Drake and Ed Olczyk both told great stories in that story. You should check it out.
Yeah, so check it out at gophnx.com. It got posted today, celebrating Keith Tkachuk's 50th birthday. Become a member today to have access to read that story, and perks to becoming a member. members weekly deals on merchandise, PHNX locker, and new in the PHNX locker. Finally, we've been teasing it all week. Pull up the graphic. Hats.
Oh,
Hats.
Are
Hats
here.
are here. You know who
Let's
didn't get a hat?
Go.
Yeah, I know who didn't get a hat.
I know who didn't get a hat.
Oh, Seattle goal 4-1.
Craig S. Morgan
You'd
did
love to
not
see
get
it.
a
Nope.
hat. And
Craig
there-
didn't
put
get
the
a hat.
hats up again.
Because
I want to show which hat Craig was supposed to get that did not get.
So
Which
Craig
one of those is the dad hat, Craig?
the one on the far
there
left.
it is, the dad hat on the far left.
Yeah, I didn't get that hat.
I got that hat.
I know. Everybody apparently
Leah,
got
what
a
hat
hat
did you
except
get?
me.
I got that hat too, the one on the left.
Yeah, you got the dad
And
hat.
Shawn's wearing it right now. Not
Talked about job titles, right?
Yep.
Mine says just a guy.
Yep, just the guy.
Look at Shawn has been rocking the PHNX
Oh, okay.
hat.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, buddy. Yeah.
Is
Thanks.
it- Oh, Emma, I thought she was going to
Hey, yeah,
flip the white
congrats
one
on your
off.
job. Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank
by
you.
the
Thanks
way,
for taunting me with that hat.
there's like the flag stack is like underneath
the brim.
Let's see if I can.
Oh,
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
Craig wouldn't know.
So yeah, you can see the
Yeah,
flags.
the
on
flag
Take your
tag.
word for
The
it.
PHNX flags are on the
Hey,
brim.
the detail on this is amazing. You got the PHNX on the inside. There's another PHNX little badge in there.
That's
It says
pretty
"We are
sick.
all Arizona." The details and a little banner on the side. It's a nice hat.
Yeah, Craig, why don't you tell us about it?
Craig will get his hat. This is what Craig has been holding on to for the last
Yeah,
I mean,
week.
maybe Craig should have been in studio when Brandon brought us samples, and he would
But
have
he
one.
couldn't, because why was he working?
Probably. I was probably working.
You're
You
probably
know.
working at the ring.
Producing-
Oh, it was the trade deadline day.
Oh, it was the trade deadline.
When
I
you
was
were
actually
there.
working the trade deadline.
You were interviewing-
Silly me. I should have been in the
Let's be
studio
real.
instead.
Let's be real.
So I
Craig
could have
didn't do
collected my
anything
hat.
on deadline day.
You were interviewing the GM live.
Yes.
we were
getting
we
hats.
were like
Yeah.
running up and grabbing it.
My
like
bad.
Like
Sorry.
the cornucopia at the Hunger Games. That's a throwback to an old
like
show.
the Capricorn.
Capricorn.
The Capricorn.
Capricorn at the Hunger
Oh
Games.
my god, that's a throwback. Oh man, yes. So hats are officially in the PHNX locker. Be sure to check it out and
Allegedly.
get yours. You'll get yours, Craig.
I'm sure.
You will.
And
get
then
yours,
we
Craig.
all three of us can wear our hats.
I will wear my
You
hat.
will.
and we can match, and it'll
Okay.
be very
Yep.
nice.
It'll be very nice. Hey, it'll be awesome. That'll be so cool. We got 16 to go.
We're doing great. Yeah.
It's
Let's
16
have the
When-
punch
if
card.
we start dressing alike,
Punch card.
Yeah.
might be time to cut it.
Yeah, man.
Call it.
Punch card time. So you can
Look
see
at
all of
that.
those losing
So,
streaks there.
Who do we have after San Jose?
Anaheim.
That's Connect 4.
Connect. Oh, it's like a beautiful one because it's
Yeah,
it's like a
sideways.
perfect right angle if they lose against San Jose.
Yeah, I think
That's a Connect 4. If they
Yeah, Connect 4 and a Connect 5.
What are you talking
what am I
about?
what am I seeing?
Well, going down.
I know I'm seeing nothing. 'cause
I'm
I
seeing-
don't have my glasses on.
It's a
37,
loss.
47, 57,
Oh, you're
67.
looking at a win
just
Connect
happened
4
there? Yeah, okay.
diagonal.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
two.
There's
and there's
so
an
a
Anaheim
win or
one
a
too.
loss is a Connect 4.
And there's an Anaheim Connect 4 win too.
Yeah, but lost Connect
Diagonal.
4s are not as impressive. There's
No,
like
because there's
10
a
of
lot
those.
of.
I
Fair
think-
enough.
So are we gonna get to the end of the row soon? Like it's coming.
It's coming, buddy.
At the
Oh,
end
and
of
then
next
we
week.
also have our Glendale Arena thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wednesday.
so we'll continue counting down the top 10 moments at Gila River Arena as
Yes.
there's only 9 games
9 to go.
left at Gila River Arena.
9
so
games left.
number 9 coming up
That's a
on
sign.
Wednesday. By the
It's a
way,
good side though.
5-1 Seattle.
9 more
5-1 Seattle.
5-1 Seattle.
Yep.
Wow.
3-point.
So
now the
great night for the
Things are
tank.
looking up. Things
Coyotes
are looking
have
up.
a
The
3-point lead.
morale is low, but the draft odds are increasing.
They are. Maybe the Canadians
Slowly.
will. Do the Canadians play tomorrow?
They do.
Who do they play?
Let's pull that up real quick. Florida.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well,
Okay.
You never know.
Forget about
In
that one.
Florida. Huh.
In Florida? Yeah,
Yeah.
forget about that one.
Boy.
Rumors though, I heard Carey Price's name mentioned again. Is that going to happen until the end of the year? They're just going to keep mentioning it, and
Maybe,
eventually-
yeah. Like we're gonna have another. We'll have another
eventually the year will
news
run
conference
out.
for Carey Price to say, "Yeah, I'm working
playing?
out, but no timetable yet." I don't even get what they're doing anymore with Carey Price.
Interesting.
But we're talking about too many other teams. Let's
I know.
just
I
let's
know.
wrap there. We're gonna be back here on Wednesday
Yep.
for the San Jose Sharks
Yep.
game.
Then Thursday,
Thursday, we're gonna have
Huge show.
Craig Button on
Craig
the
Button.
podcast to talk draft
huge
prospects.
show.
Like if you've watched any draft in Canada or the US, you've seen Craig,
Craig
Button.
Button.
Like he is synonymous
Dialed in.
with NHL prospects. So excited to talk to him
Mm-hmm.
on Thursday on an audio episode, really digging into prospects and more of the draft. We'll be doing that more and more as we get closer to the lottery and the draft as well. So subscribe wherever you get your podcast to PHNX Coyotes so you don't miss that. And then Friday post game, and
Anaheim Ducks.
that's the week ahead. So our show schedule is always pinned to the top of our Twitter page at PHNX_Coyotes. So be sure to follow us on there because we've just been so close to 3,000 followers. It feels like for weeks.
Yeah, we're getting a little angry
And
about
it's
it.
a little-
In fact,
it's a little-
you're getting a lot bit angry
Petey-
about it.
No,
I think we were like
Petey-
41 away when we started the night. 41 followers. Are you telling me we can't get to 41 followers
Petey
by
is
the end of this week, people? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm sabotaging.
Get us
it.
41 followers.
Again,
and
it goes
Petey
back to
will-
what I've said before. No one gives
I
a
don't know
shit
what
if I
it'll
go
do.
dancing on TikTok. We need to make something else.
Yep.
Like when Craig needed to eat a hot dog, boom, internet breaks.
How about Petey dances and
Well,
I'll
but no,
eat fake
Petey,
maple syrup?
Again,
I'll eat fake maple syrup.
we just need Craig to do something, is my point.
I'm done being punished, Petey.
I
I've
don't
suffered
think
enough.
y'all realize how big of a punishment it would be if Leah eats fake maple syrup.
Oh,
I
I'm-
think we should have her eat fake maple syrup on like some microwave pancakes.
Okay, can we say that was my brunch
Yeah,
on
like
Sunday?
Oh, frozen
I had
pancakes.
Store brand
That's beautiful.
butter syrup. Store brand butter syrup on box add water pancakes.
Butter syrup. Ad box. That's perfect. Like,
That's true.
what's that brand that
Store
they sell at
brand.
Costco?
like
It's horrible. It's like a green box.
And
You
like,
just add water. They're
won't say where it
terrible
was, but it's
pancakes.
just add water.
I don't think we should have the butter. We should have log cabin because it's basically all corn syrup, and then we should get like margarine or something. You know, not
Can't
butter,
believe
not
it's-
actual
I don't.
butter,
First
but
of all,
margarine.
I don't eat butter on waffles or pancakes.
Oh, we're gonna slather it on these.
I
things.
don't like, and I make my own pancakes from scratch.
We're gonna get the kind that's
And
really
I-
hard to melt. You need to.
So you,
you know,
like
get to a
mine
higher
was elite
temperature.
though. My just add water with the store brand butter flavored syrup. Well, money. What's wrong?
So
We shouldn't even give her butter. We should get her like can't believe it's not butter.
that's what I
That's
said.
what I'm saying.
Can't believe it's not
Margarine
butter.
or I don't know, maybe just like some oil of some kind.
See, give her
Someone
some,
said great value
Yeah.
syrup on Jack in the Box pancakes.
Look at that.
Best of the
That's
best.
perfect. Jack,
Isn't that what I
Jack in
just
the
said I
Box.
did?
Jack in the Box makes pancakes? Oh, Jack in the Box is
Yeah,
So,
they sell mini.
we'll
Jack in the
sweeten-
Box is disgusting.
We'll
Hey.
sweeten the
Wait.
deal. Petey will dance, and I will eat whatever this monstrosity that we've
Yes.
proposed.
41 followers. I haven't even looked at the update. I don't know if we got any tonight. Probably not because people are. You know,
Oh yeah, we
shit.
should just get her. We should just get her McDonald's hotcakes and then McDonald's syrup.
What are we looking at? 41 away still?
Somehow it's 43.
Oh, we lost 2 followers.
Yeah, way to go, Craig. Here we go. Karen just
Karen just bailed on us.
Karen
Like, I'm
bailed.
done. I'm done
I
with
think
this
we've
nonsense.
lost all of our viewers. Okay, well,
43 followers now. Okay. Yeah, now I'm getting a little annoyed.
a little
Getting
concerned.
a little annoyed.
Oh man. Well,
I'm gonna make the interns create 43 burner accounts.
Perfect.
Perfect.
However we get it done.
Oh man. Well, please give us a follow there. We'll be back Wednesday for our post-game show. So subscribe to PHNX Sports on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you never miss a show. We'll be back Wednesday, off tomorrow. Craig Button, audio Thursday, post-game show Friday. So busy week ahead, and be sure to subscribe to gophnx.com so you can read all of the great content there. We have coverage of all the teams, so you don't want to miss it. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Another Coyotes loss, one step closer to the draft lottery, one step closer to the end of the season. Everybody take a deep breath.
One step closer to Tempe.
Exactly. Good night.